So welcome to the lighthouse. Welcome to the moment. I want you to take this first moment and, sorry about that, I was just DJing. I want you to take this first moment and transition your body in whatever way is going to be necessary in order for you to ideally lay down and simply listen. We're going to do a sort of nidra style transcendental resting meditation. So for myself, when I find that my mind starts getting busy, or there's any iteration of noise, mentally speaking, or I'm feeling pulled to, hatch more, say more, do more, when those kinds of wheels and cogs start spinning in the psyche, nidra is always the integrative practice that I reach into in order to soothe that state of mind. So there's so much power in tender self-searching when it's done from a place of restfulness. So as I'm just kind of talking to you here in this first few moments, get cozy, maybe even get that blanket and pull it up over your body. Maybe you even need a little something tucked underneath your head, supporting your neck so that you can really, surrender. So again, there's a power in tender self-searching. There is a power in genuine curiosity when we're curious about, the truth of who we are, the state of, the state of affairs in our health, in our well-being, in our human potential. There's a power in that genuine curiosity. There's a power in truly being for the act of giving. What is that? Being for the act of giving? Forgiveness. There is a power in slowing down long enough and slowing down in a way that enables us to find the still point that is in the center, the revolving still point that is where the quietude can be found no matter what is going on around us. And so that's really one of those are some of the aims of a nidra-based practice. So my guess is that all of you here live and anybody there afterwards, that you're cozy and ready to really tune in. So this is a listening meditation, which is really one of my favorite forms, even though I'm such a big proponent and a lifelong practitioner of the dynamic forms. The listening forms serve us as human beings in a really sublime, impactful way. They're getting into the subtle structures of who we are. So begin now by tuning into the current of your inner climate, into the landscape of the life force that is rolling out inside of you, and allow yourself to have a mood of welcoming it all, welcoming. Welcoming in the whole of infinity, which includes all the beauty. It includes the ambiguity, the uncertainty, the anxiety, the responsibility, the courage, the connection, the blessing. It includes the terror. It includes the desire. It includes everything. You name it, it's in there. Let it all in. Let in every emotion that you may be feeling right now in this moment. Letting it in and letting every emotion, letting every feeling find its seat, finding their seat at the banquet table of your own beingness. Welcoming as fully as you can of the ways in which these moments here together can bring great and good growth for you. Welcoming of that in these moments. And take this moment to honor how absolutely everything is always shifting. Your priorities are shifting, your perceptions are shifting. The way that you carry what is yours to carry is always shifting. take this moment to honor all the tools that you have for compassionately dissecting fear, for growing more mature, for developing your generative power, and for handling the totality of life. A life well lived, a life fully lived, being fully lived with grace, and at times when necessary, a life being lived with grit, and always with gratitude, and a joy that is magnetic. Welcoming now in this moment, welcoming your inner child to this table. Welcoming your inner Olympian or your inner warrior or warrioress. Welcoming of that quality of your persona and perception and relationship to action. And welcoming now also your old, fully realized and actualized sage. Welcoming that version of yourself to the table. And being for the act of giving with all three of these faces of self, the child, the Olympian, warrior, and the sage. Be for the act of giving with each of these selves. Feel in yourself, feel your heart beating, the endless song that tells of every story that you have lived that has led you to love any other being, that has led you to love any devotion or path or connection to purpose, that has led you and allowed you to love your life. Let your imagination brush up against the silver lining to feel the opportunity that is embedded in absolutely every crisis, the collateral beauty. Rub up against that with your attention and your innate ability to renew appreciation for everything that is working right now in your life. And let this practice, this moment of inner noticing, express itself as a felt sense of greater space in your body, in your mind, in your essence, in your awareness, in your willingness to feel, to be a framework for finding deeper freedom of beingness in the multitudes that you contain. So you're being forgiving, you're being for the act of giving, for any of the flavors of otherness that may be auditioning for your attention. Forgive all of those bids for attention that are perhaps arising in your psyche. Simply deprive them of your attention and thereby watch them subside. Letting yourself stay out of that traffic jam and letting yourself be here now in your body, in your breath, in the art, in the strategy, and the practice of listening and noticing and learning, remembering how to rest deeply. Give yourself permission to rest deeply in just this moment here now together, present, fortified, alive, in right relationship with rest, in right relationship with harmony, in right relationship with unconditional embodiment, with joy, and with the acknowledgement that you are okay, the acknowledgement that you are okay. For now, in this moment, feel the many, many systems of your body. Feel them as individuals and feel how they are collectively collaborating and working intelligently within you to keep you here in this vibrant, magnetic, radiant manner. Feel your circulatory system, your digestive system, your endocrine system. Feel your nervous system, your immune system, your lymphatic system, muscular system, your reproductive system, feel your skeletal system, feel your respiratory system, all of these many systems. Feel how they are working, yet suspended in elegance within you, in the terrain of your body, in the terrain of the practice. Your body is 99% space. 99% space. Let yourself align with that fact. Let yourself heal in these moments of deep rest. Let yourself come home into the true nature of who you are. Let yourself remember that every organ and every system in your body has encoded within its cellular memory the capacity to self-heal. Every organ and every system knows how to self-heal. For now, feel the elemental parts of your being returning to homeostasis: the earth, the air, the fire, the water, the ether. Feel every elemental aspect of your earthy, substantive body coming into balance. Give your soul, your positive mind, your negative mind, your neutral mind, your energy body, your subtle body, your radiant body. Give all of these aspects and bodies access to an inner vastness. Let yourself be called by and absorbed into the boundlessness, into the soft continuum of how your inhale is meeting and becoming your exhale. Feel your breathing drawing forth the void. Feel your breathing assisting you in letting go of limitation and flowing into an objectless state of awareness, into a suspension of mind, where neither thought nor image are present, where neither thought nor image need to be present, and where your individual awareness can blend harmonically with universal awareness, merging into an infinite version of yourself that is unified and singular and self-luminous, ever-present and conscious. Feel your consciousness becoming more conscious of itself. Feel the delta rhythms granting you access to a broad band of restoration and refreshment, which is not sleeping, it's not waking, it's not dreaming. Rather, it is a rich, inclusive state of attunement. Deep rest that is tuning the instrument of your body-mind. Deep rest. Feel yourself succumbing to the pull of the earth, experiencing a quality of conscious effortlessness, systematically letting go of all of the muscular contractions that might be having their way in your body, feeling the support of the surface that you're resting upon, letting go of the doer. So much restoration in simply that, letting go of the doer, recognizing that you are not even the breather. Feel how in this moment you are in fact being breathed as you let go of being the doer. Feel your body being breathed by something that is higher and wiser and within you but not of you. Being breathed, shifting from unconscious breathing to conscious breathing, to releasing any and all sculpting that may be going on in the breathing, and moving into the native rhythm of the breath. Transitioning into ever more deep and pure states of spaciousness. Again, 99% space. There's space within you, and you are within space, resting on a sublime cloud of healing and effortlessness, conscious effortlessness. Feel how supported you are in this moment, in a field of undifferentiated unity, gently surrendering more into this chrysalis of your body and your innate capacity to regenerate yourself from within yourself, from a place of rest, from a place of deep relaxation. Feel how you have let yourself fall asleep to the outside and thereby awaken to the rapturous landscape, the terrain of the within. Give your body permission to remember that it knows how to be calm, that the organs know how to function, that the glands know how to produce and emit nectar, and that your nervous system's native resonance is that of calm beingness. Let your body remember that every aspect of your anatomy, every aspect, the pre-structural dreamtime anatomy, your real-time cultural anatomy, and that evolutional anatomy is all so intelligent that it reaches beyond the scope of our vocabulary. So supremely intelligent. Recognize in this moment that there is nothing to attain, there is nothing to grasp, there is nothing to lose. Nothing. Let yourself be nothing, just for this moment of deep restfulness. Being nothing, doing nothing, fearing nothing, relinquishing nothing, searching for nothing. Being as you are in this moment, deeply restful, consciously effortlessness, consciously conscious, resting in the miracle, resting in the miracle of your own existence. Resting in the miracle of your own existence. Feel your head in its connection to your shoulders, in its connection to the front of your chest and the back of your chest, in the middle of your chest and the interior of the chest, in the middle of the back, and feel how your head is connected to the chest and upper back and the core of your belly and all the organs therein, and the low back and the organs therein. And feel how your head and your chest are connected to your pelvis. And feel how your chest and your core are connected to your arms, which are connected to your hands. 10 calligraphy brushes at the ends of your arms, working world work to express poetry, to create meaning, to contribute purpose on the planet. Feel how your head and your chest and your arms and your core and your pelvis are connected to the length of the legs, which are connected to your feet, which carry you everywhere you go. Just simply feeling the totality of this remarkable organism that you are. Deeply resting in this moment, meditating in this moment, Meditation, it's like muscle training for the mind. And the results of this kind of muscular training is more valuable than gold, undeniably. We spend so much of our time, so much of our life not seeing or being touched by the infinite. However, the infinite, the indescribable, is pervading all of life. It's pervading all of who we are. Every cell, our very breath, everything is being touched in every moment by this indescribable vastness. And we, when we meditate, experience a fraction of it. And we also experience it when we excel, when we express our best selves, or when we break through into an unknown territory or an unknown capacity, or when we know ourselves to be innovators and inventors, or when we are thriving creatively, or when we are thriving relationally. We experience this vastness when we overcome our limitations. And, you know, if all else fails, in those times when we find ourselves arrested with our attention, or we feel like there's some sort of arrested development, if we can simply remember to take pause long enough to simply appreciate the preciousness of life, to observe the power of loving intelligence, it can be startling and certainly inspiring to know that we can experience this vastness simply by learning, practicing and remembering to rest deeply, to remain aware while resting deeply. This is the art and science of transcendental rest. To remain aware, to let the practice move us, to let the practice move anyone who comes close to us, because it is affecting our field, our magnetism, our radiance. Let yourself come closer to essence in this moment, to that which we are truly seeking. Essence is that which we are truly seeking. And the closer you are to your essential nature, the closer you are to fulfilling your reason for being. It's so easy to get estranged from that simple perennial truth, right? We are all longing for extraordinary lives. We are all longing to live extraordinarily. Feel how this moment of deep and meaningful, natural, quiet rest is granting you the keys to live in a way that is contracted with grace, to be contracted with the infinite, in connection with the infinite, letting yourself experience a true affinity with silence. In the old Vedas, the texts of the applied yogic sciences, in these Vedas, it is stated that silence cures all. But remember, friends, that before you answer the call to run out in search of silence in the mountains, or at the sea, or in the desert, understand that the silence that the Vedas were speaking of is the inner silence. That is the silence that is the cure. That is the silence that empowers you to be part of the cure, to change the weather pattern, to lift the water level. The power of inner silence is the cure. And in this modern life, distance from nature, and for so many of us who have so little time to generally reflect on the impacts of this digital time, we are all carrying quite a bit of noise within us. Old stories, patterns, electronic dissonance, impressions, sensations that are both ours and not ours. We carry so much noise inside of us that even when it is quiet around us, we can fail to hear or be touched by the ponderousness of the void. The ponderousness of the void. Collectively, all of this interference has blotted out the sublime healing power of stillness and quietude. Be there now in your sublime stillness, quietude, capacity to heal, inner stillness. It's the only way to know how much sweetness and healing is in fact surrounding us all the time. So much so. So much healing is surrounding us all the time that even a simple step in that direction can feel miraculous and is in fact the stuff of miracles, even a simple step in that direction. And yet, it does take that step. And that's what this meditation today has marked for us. That step in the right direction, to join fully with the inner silence. Join fully. And witnessing yourself here from a hummingbird's eye view. Witnessing yourself at the level of essence, at the level of frequency, at the level of magnetism and radiance and well-being. Not at the level of who you have been named as, or what your accomplishments are, or what your dreams are, but as essence. From the hummingbird's eye view, get a glimpse of the coordinates of the conditions of this moment, of being so quiet and so awake and so beautifully alive. Take your thumbs now and pass them along the tips of your index fingers, middle, ring, and pinky fingers, and then pass them back in the opposite direction. So you feel the extremities, the fingertips, and then the hands begin to move and wave the toes a little bit in space, or perhaps even inside of your shoes. And take a deep breath into your heart. And take a deep breath into your belly. soles of your feet. Breathe deep. And breathe into the center of your mind. And allow your eyes to open. Thank you so much for taking time to tune in around the always useful and ever meaningful practice of transcendental rest. And when the going gets tough and you find yourself rolling with the punches, don't forget that you can do this for yourself, with yourself, to realign. Thank you so much. I'll see you super soon. Sat Nam and Namaste.